the Standing Committee meeting on Wednesday, December 22nd, 2025. Would the clerk please take the roll?
Mr. Sharlin,
Here.
Mr. Coghill, Ms. Gross, Mr. Lavelle,
Here.
Mr. Mosley,
Here.
Mrs. Kell Smith,
Here.
Ms. Warwick, Mr. Wilson, Ms. Strasburger.
Here.
5 members present.
Thank you very much. Our next order of business is public comment. I would like to remind everyone the rules of council state that comments are limited to matters of concern, official action, or deliberation which may be before city council. Profanity will not be permitted. After you are called, please restate your name, provide your neighborhood for the record. You'll be given 3 minutes to speak. Our first registered speaker is Dr. Ronald Lynn Miller.
Global Intelligence Society for President, United States, 2028, Global Information Intelligence Network.net. Housing is a concern of City Council. Houseless, homeless does not equal less intelligent, does not equal less well-informed. 1 + 1 is 2 for Elon Musk. 1 + 1 is 2 for all the rest of us. 1 + 1 = 2 is not more true because EM says so. It is not less true because a person who is homeless or jobless says so. Information, verified facts, is valid regardless of the race, ethnicity, gender, or wealth of the informer. Shared information is, in my view, at the core of equity or equality. Now, do you, Councilor and Mayor, office claimants, all Democratic Party, really believe in DEI equity? You favor, and I think wrongly, I think it's anti-diversity, anti-inclusion, and anti-constitution, the religions of Christianity and Judaism in your office oath-taking ceremonies by inviting ministers, priests of the Christian religion, and rabbis of the religion of Judaism to participate. You will do so, as you have done for all the time that I've ever come to these meetings. In January 2026, the probability, I think, is way over 0.9. In doing so, you call attention to Yeshua the Jew, Yeshua the homeless, Yeshua the jobless, Yeshua from Nazareth, whose Jewish followers believed that he fulfilled the messianic expectation of classic Judaism, the Christ. Yeshua, who said that the have-nots, the praise, would inherit the earth. What would your Jesus, that you will call in here directly and indirectly, Jesus the Jew, do about inequity in our neighborhoods or between our neighborhoods? I think he would declare it iniquitous. Dare you, all of us, to tax the haves in our city to help the have-nots in our neighborhoods?
Thank you. Our next registered speaker is Ikahana Hamalkina. He is not online. So that exhausts our list of registered speakers. If there's anyone in chambers wishing to speak, please come forward at this time. Is there anyone in chambers wishing to speak? Is there anyone in chambers? If not, we'll move on to our standing committee agenda, beginning with the first committee, which is Finance and Law, which is chaired by Councilwoman Strasburger. Our one supplemental paper is Bill 2678.
Resolution authorizing the issuance of a warrant payable in favor of the Aramark Sports and Entertainment for costs associated with the leaders convening recognition of operational performance excellence luncheon in an amount not to exceed $5,764.38.
Motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Yeah.
Councilman Wilson?
Just interrupt. Do you know what this is about?
I actually do not.
Hold it.
Sorry, I was trying to navigate to unmute, but I know that there are folks in the chambers who can speak to this, but it was,
Yes, Director Cornell's coming up now.
Thank you. Okay.
Patrick Cornell, Chief Financial Officer. So this is a warrant. The administration held a recognition luncheon for over 150 staff members who had been working on process improvement things with Pittsburgh Futures that we've been up to the table over the past few years about this. So this was a recognition luncheon. And the reason we're coming up with a warrant, the original quote was less than $5,000, but the final price was over $5,000. So it needed a legal form of procurement.
All right, thanks. Actually, let me ask more. Sorry. The original, so how much, this was through a grant, right, initially, with the leadership stuff?
Originally, the first year of Pittsburgh Futures was covered by a grant. For the subsequent 3 years, that was adopted in the general fund operating budget for OMB. And then this luncheon was put on by OMB, IMP, the mayor's office, separate from that particular agreement. But we had the mayor's office had the funds to support it.
All right, thanks.
Councilwoman Gross.
Thank you. Unfortunately, I was trying to have two conversations at once, so I kind of just missed that. So the first year was under a grant,
Correct.
and then what budget line does the luncheon it's supposed to have been paid out when it was supposed to be under $5,000?
It would have been paid from the same place.
Which
the mayor's
was?
office supplies, which is where catering usually hits.
Office supplies under OMB?
Operational supplies,
Operational
mayor's
supplies.
office, which is
Mayor's
where
office.
catering hits
Got it.
across all departments.
Yeah. So I just want to note that we reduced in our flurry of line item reductions, a budget line, I think it was in IMP actually, for going to conferences and going to meetings and those kinds of things. So it just really catches my eye that this is the kind of thing that we need a little belt tightening. And it's not that God knows, I wouldn't want to manage an organizational chart of 3,600 employees, right? So I understand that these are not, this is a good thing to do. It's the kind of thing other organizations do. But it really just does catch the eye that it was these costs add up. So that's all. Duly noted.
Councilwoman Smith.
Thank you. I just, I don't know if you're coming back to the table at all for any bills here. As far as this is concerned, I saw this on TV. It was televised. I think a lot of the employees appreciated it, and we don't do a lot to appreciate our employees. We try our best. So I have nothing about this. Although I think it would have been great if it was happening every, an annual thing. So, but I do want to say to you, I don't know what the future holds for you. I know I'm retiring. I won't be here. So I just want to say I wish you well in the future. I want to say this very publicly. You had the budget that came forward, and it's getting a lot of criticism. But the reality is we work for the people that we work for, and your job is to do what you're told to do and to create what you need to create. And I just want to say I think that you have a brilliant mind, and I'm thankful for the times I did get to work with you. And I hope you land in a great place. I hope somebody appreciates you for what you actually can bring to the table. That's all I want to say. Thank you. Thank you.
I've got 2 more bills today, so
Two more
not
bills.
quite my final
well,
one.
I'm not saying it
but
again, okay?
Heard. Appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Affirmative recommendation.
Thank you.
Our only deferred paper is Bill 2621.
Ordinance amending the Pittsburgh Code Title II Fiscal Article 1 Administration, Chapter 202, Debt Management Policy by updating the language in the chapter following the periodic review outlined in Section 202.14.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Affirmative recommendation. Our new paper is Bill 2653.
Resolution authorizing the reappropriation of $7 million of 2025 funds into 2026 to pay for 2025 Pittsburgh water service cuts when true-up calculations are finalized.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Affirmative recommendation.
May I just acknowledge 2653?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm sorry, I just wasn't fast enough. I just want to reemphasize, we've been mentioning the water bill a lot, and I'm just going to say one more time here and one more session that for over 100 years, our water bill was zero. Zero. Absolutely zero. And again, you can thank the state legislature for putting control of our water rates and our municipal water authority, Pittsburgh Water and Sewer Authority, which is now goes by Pittsburgh Water, under the regulatory powers of the Pennsylvania Utility Commission, which is there to regulate privately owned utilities. And they insisted that there be payments between the municipality and its municipal authority. So now, the municipality, even though it's our municipal authority, we have to pay a water bill, of which I'm told, we've been told through this budget hearings, the water bill for 2025, I think, was standing at 13 million unpaid. And so here we're paying 7 of the 13 million. Is that what we understand? Is there someone actually here to speak to the water bill? Mr. Cornell, come on back.
Don't think she's going to be as nice as I was.
Aw.
Well, this is the last one now. Patrick
kidding.
Cornell, Chief Financial Officer, for my last bill up here.
There you go.
There it is.
Thank you. So, and yes, we've appreciated all your years of service. So this is moving 2025 funds into 2026?
Correct. So the way that our agreement with Pittsburgh Water has been is we do an annual true-up. The true-up numbers are not finalized really until the very beginning of the next fiscal year. So what this will be is, if approved, the ability to use 25 funds in 2026 to pay the 2025 bill. And it is not just the bill to Pittsburgh Water. There is that total amount, and then it is subtracted down based on what Pittsburgh Water owes us for pension, for payments, in lieu of payroll taxes and things like that.
Right. So we're basically kind of keeping in its JDE line or something?
Yes, that is exactly it.
We're keeping, so this language has it, instead of rolling back into the general fund.
Correct.
It keeps it in its JDE line item under the 2026 line item.
Yes, because we don't have an invoice right now, which is what we usually use to roll funds over. So this allows us to get the funds where they need to be.
Okay, that's great. But I just wanted to kind of point out that in our budget crisis, having to pay at least, a 10 million or at least water bill is what, other cities would decide to like close your parks or not fill your swimming pools, right? And so we've been working all weekend and into this week to find ways that we can keep our parks open and our swimming pools open. But this is that bill. So thank you.
Thank you. Any further, Councilman Cargill?
Yeah, no, I just wanted to really chime in and echo Councilwoman Kelsmith's sentiments. My Beachview buddy, my neighbor. You're my neighbor. But, Patrick, yeah, you've been a gentleman throughout. You've handled yourself extremely professionally. We're going to miss you here. But I think you built a pretty nice resume in the short time that you were in the position you were in. So I'm not worried about your future, but may it be bright, and I wish you all the best.
Thanks, sir.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Councilman Charlin.
We're going to add a glowing remark.
You got all the time in the world today, don't you?
I'll take it. I will take
My
it.
family owns an accounting firm. I can connect you.
We'll talk.
There
We'll
you
talk.
go.
Well, one of, I don't know that I've ever said this to you, but one of my favorite things that you did during the pandemic, you were participating in citizen, what do we call it? Citizens Leadership Academy. And there's a phenomenal video there that I still send to staff when they start working for us, of kind of how the budget works. A really great explanation of how this process is supposed to go. And I've, it helped me in that time kind of understand how budgeting, how to read the budget, what's going on here, and to last the test of time. And I just thank you for for that. And I just really have appreciated it over the years. I've brought a lot of what probably are really crazy questions to you that you have always answered with grace and with patience, as we're all kind of learning how things work here. And so not just for your role as your actual job, but also as a teacher to many that have come through here. And I just want to thank you for all the work that you've done here. And I've always appreciated working with you. Thank you.
Any further discussion? Councilman Mosley.
Just in the spirit of what all my colleagues have said, I would feel like I'd be, the odd person out without giving you your props. It's been really, a pleasure to work with you over these last 2 years. I wish you the best. I hope, to not only run into you in this building again, but, run into you at a 5K or a 10K, or even an Orioles or a Ravens game. We'll probably be cheering for different teams at a Ravens or Orioles game. But, just mad props for, everything that you, brought to the city, and, the best of luck moving forward.
Thank you. Councilman Wilson, chime on in.
I know we've spoken previous to this meeting about essentially what everyone else is saying, but just saying in public, thank you for your service and wish you all the best.
I will echo all my colleagues' sentiments. It's been a pleasure to work with you. You've been nothing but the utmost professional. So thank you for your service to the city.
Thank you.
Mr. President, I'll just say, Patrick knows, Chief Cornell knows exactly how I feel about the job he's done. It's all glowing, and we've been texting this morning, but just to daylight that, I share my more than share everything that my council colleagues have said this morning. So, Chief Cornell, thank you for all of your work, your entire time at the city, not just in these last few years where we've shared many meetings over the Joint Financial Task Force and all the difficult work that you've had to do, but throughout your entire tenure at the city. It really is appreciated.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Affirmative recommendation. Thank you, Chief Cornell.
You might be
Where
my
we at?
last
So that
call.
takes us to 2667.
Ordinance amending the Pittsburgh Code Title II Fiscal Article 5, Special Funds, Section 23703, Establishment of the Stop the Violence Fund, to institute a pause in the fund schedule for budget year 2026 and resuming the fund schedule in 2027.
May we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
So this is actually pretty simple. In the initial, there's an amendment in front of members. In the initial legislation, we struck out all of 2026. However, in our budget cycle, we transferred 5 million. This reflects that actual transfer. So if you'd be willing to make an amendment by substitution, Councilwoman?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
One no.
One no. The
No,
bill
you
has
said
been
no.
amended. Councilman Mosley was the no.
Oh, did you say no? Okay.
Any further discussion? Seeing none?
I'm just curious, never mind, I'm gonna shut up. I'll ask you off later.
Okay.
Thank you.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Councilman Mosley?
One.
One opposed?
One opposition.
Affirmative recommendation. That moves us to our invoices. Need a motion to, do we have invoices? I don't think we do.
No.
Yeah, so that's skip. That takes us to P cards. Need a motion to approve the P cards.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? P cards have been approved. That takes us to Public Safety and Wellness Committee, which is chaired by Councilman Coghill. One new paper, Bill 2646.
Resolution authorizing the mayor and the director of public safety to enter into an agreement or agreements with 5 organizations to act as Stop the Violence community anchor institutions at a total cost not to exceed $2,628,710.40 over 3 years.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Second. Any discussion?
Yeah, some questions.
Discussion, Councilman Wilson?
This is the anchor
Yes.
under the table.
two fine gentlemen be willing to introduce yourselves for the record?
Good afternoon, David Jones, Assistant Director of Public Safety for the City of Pittsburgh.
Good afternoon, Dr. Solomon Armstead, Community Services and Violence Prevention, City of Pittsburgh.
Okay, thank you. Can you just give us an overview of what we're looking at here?
I'm sorry.
Can you give us an overview of what we're looking at here?
So we went through 19 applications and selected 5 organizations for 5 zones with the opportunity to be an anchor organization for our Stop the Violence to help build our ecosystem. These are the individuals after scoring and evaluation. These were the individuals selected. The only thing that I would add is that there was no one selected in Zone 1, but we are relaunching to give those in Zone 1 an opportunity to be able to apply for this as well.
Additionally, collectively, the score
the
stat
five
that these organizations would be the best in their SIDKID zones to help build out the smaller nonprofit organizations, again, to help Stop the Violence Council.
Yes, this contract is for over 3 years, and the funding that so my understanding is that we're contracting with these anchor institutions so that they work with the
Other organizations
other
in there?
organizations
Correct,
that we're currently funding.
correct.
But the one question I had about that was, how long is that funding happening for those small organizations?
Those micro grants are for a year.
Okay, so what happens after that?
Then they have to reapply, and then we do go through the selection process again.
So those individuals become contractors because we are no longer issuing grants. Those individuals, they will have an opportunity to do work for the city as contractors in this violence prevention space.
Okay, so moving from a grant to a contract, will these anchor organizations help them understand how they would?
Absolutely.
Correct.
Absolutely.
Okay, and then what is the, so since there is not one Zone 1, would there be capacity to, from another organization to, I know you're putting it out, but would there be capacity to help those in Zone 1 that receive grant funding now to then move to a contract?
So we talked about that, Councilman, and I don't know, and we didn't ask anyone that was close to Zone 1 to do that. So that, for right now, Zone 1 doesn't have a specific person to help them right now.
Okay.
But the goal is when we rebid, as you just mentioned, that someone will step up and we'll be able to award them the grant as well.
So what else will the organization be doing other than working with them to go from a grant to a contract?
So part of what they'll be tasked to do is to look at what we call tertiary violence, violence that comes in different forms. So there is prevention, which is further upstream, to work with families, these organizations that work with the families. Before a youth or a child picks up a gun, they'll be already working in intervention space with these organizations to help them build their capacity. Some of it is data sets. Some of them don't have the technology to be able to look at what's going on in the spaces. A lot of it is connectivity. A lot of the organizations offer wonderful programming, excellent programming, but they don't know that it's out there. So part of the anchor organization is to walk lock in step with the community to be able to give them the information so that they have it. But not only that, they provide space. They provide resources. And so it's not just a meeting space, but it allows them to be able to build their capacity, but work with families directly as these organizations have spaces to move and to operate with families. For example, I think one of the things Sister Mary had brought to the table is that she started working with families, young couples, some who were battling the disease of addiction, but they started working with these families who have young kids who've never, some of them have entered into agreements as a result of domestic violence, but they didn't have anyone teaching them how to get along. And so in collaboration with the courts, they started having spaces at the church around the corner, which Sister Mary orchestrated for these families and young couples to be able to work through their differences. And we believe that that's when we talk about further upstream, that's what it looks like when you're saying before this child is actually exposed to the these arguments and these disputes between his mother and father potentially, we can start already working with this family, and that's the further upstream. And so creating space for that to happen and allowing people who work in the mental health space to meet with people who work in child welfare space and people who work in, so all of these folks don't talk across the aisles, but we found that anchor organizations can be the intersection.
Another example of that is, Councilman, is since we have a relationship with Pittsburgh Public Schools with our Safe Passage program, we will also be able to get into some of our elementary schools. We know that's where things kind of start, and if we can get there, when we get there, to be able to deal with the families, not just the students, the data also proves that some of the kids that are getting off track, that happens at that space. And so we can get with them there, and that can also help us kind of get ahead, and again, is getting upstream, as Dr. Armstead stated.
Yeah, thanks. Will the funding be used to support staff, create new staff, buy supplies? What would?
So primarily for the staff, there will be opportunity for them to be able to hire staff to do this work. Our expectation is not that an organization who receives the fund their organization primarily off these funds. It is hiring a person, to be able to do the work, whether it's part-time or full-time, person to be able to execute this work. And so whether it be that is the campaigning of what to stop the violence, this collaboration and this convening looks like, whether it is to incorporate the technology that they need, whether it is to help the smaller organizations to be able to build capacity. So all of those tenets have to do with how they're going to execute use of this fund.
It's important to have the conveners there in said communities that know they already talked, they already worked together, but to make that intentional would also be very, very beneficial to this effort.
Thanks.
Thank you, Councilwoman Smith.
Thank you. You keep referring to Sister Mary. Which sister? Not my Sister Mary in District 2,
Your
is
Sister
it?
Mary.
Okay, so I just want to say she also does an amazing. First of all, I want to say she does a 12-week program that was written by Reverend Burgess, and he does great work. And that program includes, she brings the parents in for a 12-week course. The first program she has, police come in and tell them what to look for, parents what to look for, or caregivers what to look for if their kids are getting into trouble. The second one is social workers, what to do if your kid is getting into trouble and how to prevent some of that and how to interact or whatever. And the next one is, she does 12, but one of them is where she has a frank conversation with the parents and saying what their responsibilities are. And so I think she does a really good job, and she just did a big event down at the convention center for over 500 families. And so, she does a lot of tremendous work, but she's not the one listed here. It's Hope for Tomorrow that's listed here.
Right.
And so I want to say Keisha Gomez also does a great program with Hope for Tomorrow. Her daughter interned in her office for a little bit, but they do amazing work too. But they have the kids directly come in.
Right.
So there's difference in what they offer.
Right. The advantage, if I may, if the organizations who have the capacity to be able to work, Sister Mary does wonderful work, especially in the lane that she's in.
Yeah.
Very good in direct service, especially with hands-on. When I've been over there training on de-escalation with some of the families, one of the things that she noted was that she's beginning to reach out to those same organizations to be able to work with. And what they'll be able to do is help her build her own capacity, because a lot of what she's been utilizing, the REACH team and others, she has a lot of sweat equity. The number of folks, the moment you meet her, you're an employee of hers.
Yeah, for
And
life.
So, for life. And so, we've been able to help, those families reach. But she also, with the food insecurity and helping with the food bank and things like that, we've been over there working directly with her, but hooking those two up with the anchor organization and allowing her to be able to say, hey, this is what I need. These are the folks I need to talk to. Whether it was when she was struggling with the 501c3, having the lawyer come in and be able to talk, those are things that the anchor organization will be able to help her work through. She won't have to feel alone in those barriers that sometimes she faces.
And by continuing to give these organizations money, it helps to break down the silos, because for years, and you know this, Councilwoman, that they have fought for the same pot of money. So giving those organizations their own money. It just makes communication and things a little bit easier.
And I think that for her and her volunteers they're all volunteers, over 60 years old, and they all volunteer. I mean, they don't get paid to do this; they do it because they really care. I mean, their dedication is unmatched. I mean, it's unbelievable. But for Hope for Tomorrow, I also think they have a tremendous amount of kids. I remember when she first started, it was only a few kids. Now I think there's almost nearly 100 kids. And you can go in and see, and they're there. The kids are there. It's not like I see some people getting funding, and people say to me they're not doing the program. I know when my people in my district are doing programs and when they're not. Keisha Gomez and Sister Mary do tremendous work, and a lot of work with both adults and kids. But I do think she had some issues with capacity building because, Sister Mary got funding. She did get funding from Stop the Violence, but it's on a reimbursement basis. She doesn't have $50,000 sitting around to be reimbursed with. So I think it would be great if foundations actually, worked with us and funded people like her who are actually doing the work on the streets instead of what they think is popular or politically, expedient or whatever. I think they need to understand what people are really doing in the neighborhoods, and she's really working it very hard in the neighborhood, and so is Keisha. So I just want to say thank you for the work on this one, and Director Jones, I'm sorry about your dad. I want to make sure I mention that too. And last, I do want to thank Jonathan Alexander because he's helped a lot of these organizations, including Christopher Ralph and Antoinette, who do a lot of work in our district too, with the boxing program and an art program component with it. He's helped them all become. He helped them with their 501c3 status for free. He's an accountant. He works for the county. He's a CPA and does all kinds of stuff. But he takes the time and does this, volunteers to help a lot of our organizations build their capacity. So I want to make sure I acknowledge him. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your work.
Thank you. Councilwoman Warwick?
Yeah, thank you. So I just wanted to, because in my district, it's a very small footprint that we're talking about. And there really are two main organizations that support kids, and then maybe a total of like 4 that do adults and kids, So my concern is that there's going to be some concerns about why, you know what I mean? Like why this one is like, how is this one the one that's guiding the other? At any rate, so what I would ask is if we could have a meeting in the community with the to bring everyone together to make it abundantly clear, so, if Center of Life is doing this work, how does that, what is that? How does it look? And how is that going to happen?
Understood.
Right? Okay.
Understood, Councilman.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Sure. You're welcome.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Affirmative recommendation. Thank you all for being here.
Thank you.
That takes us to Public Works and Infrastructure Committee, chaired by Councilwoman Warwick. Our first bill is Bill 2654.
Resolution authorizing the mayor and the director of the Department of Public Works to enter into an agreement or agreements with Eastern Research Group, Inc. to provide recycling education outreach services in an amount not to exceed $100,000 over 1 year.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Affirmative recommendation. Bill 2655.
Resolution authorizing the mayor and the director of the Department of Public Works to enter into an agreement or agreements with Pittsburgh Public Schools in order for the city of Pittsburgh to have permanent access to a portion of parcel 50F296 behind former Fort Pitt Elementary School for Fort Pitt Park Road and parking access in relation to a redevelopment project known as the Fort Pitt Park Master Plan at no cost to the city.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Affirmative recommendation. That takes us to Human Resources Committee, chaired by Councilman Charlin. One supplemental paper, Bill 2676.
Resolution authorizing the city of Pittsburgh to enter into a professional services agreement with Experian for third-party administration of the city of Pittsburgh's liabilities under the Pennsylvania Unemployment Compensation Act for 4 years of service, cost not to exceed $37,000.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Affirmative recommendation. Bill 2645.
Resolution amending Resolution 893 of 2024, which authorized the City of Pittsburgh to enter into a professional services agreement and/or contract with UPMC Benefit Management Services, Inc., doing business as Work Partners EAP Life Solutions. This will extend the term by 1 year, increasing the not-to-exceed amount by $49,500 for a new total cost not to exceed $148,500.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Affirmative recommendation. That takes us to Land Use and Economic Development Committee, chaired by Councilman Wilson. We have one deferred paper, Bill 2467.
Ordinance amending and supplementing the Pittsburgh Code of Ordinances, Title IX Zoning Code, Article 1, Introduction and Establishment, Chapter 902, Zoning Districts in General, as Section 90201, Establishment of Zoning Districts, by adding a new specially planned district at subsection 90201D2 to be identified as SP 13, West End Trolley Trail Accessory Parking District, at Article 4, Planning Districts, Chapter 909, Planned Development District, Section 90901, SP Specially Planned District, by creating a new district to be identified as SP 13, West End Trolley Trail Accessory Parking District, including rules and regulations, and by amending the City of Pittsburgh zoning map by changing accessory parking standards in UI and LNC to SP 13, West End Trolley Trail Accessory Parking District, for property consisting of lots between Freewalt Street, the West End Trolley Trail Gateway, along McCartney Street, Green Tree Road, and portions of Wharton Street, Woodville Avenue, McKnight Street, and Wabash Street, as further identified in the attached map and in more detail within the bill below, all located in the 20th Ward.
Motion to hold for the new councilperson coming in. I'm sorry. Motion to
Second.
hold. Motion to hold for 3 weeks.
Second.
Let's let that.
Yeah, I just want to say, I think it's resolved itself, but I just want to keep it on there just in case, so and the new council person can deal with it when she comes in if it's not,
Let's
if it's
add
not
another
resolved.
week to the typical hold. Motion to three-week hold. Yep.
And it was seconded by Councilwoman Smith, so all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The bill be held 3 weeks. That moves us to Innovation, Performance, Asset Management, and Technology Committee, chaired by Councilwoman Groves. One supplemental paper, Bill 2677.
Resolution authorizing the mayor and the director of the Department of Innovation and Performance on behalf of the City of Pittsburgh to enter into an agreement or agreements or amendments thereto with SMIGO LLC for Geographic Information Systems Enterprise and ArcGIS online support to provide GIS enterprise administrative support for ArcGIS at a cost not to exceed $49,900 over 1 year.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Affirmative recommendation. That takes us to Intergovernmental and Educational Affairs Committee, chaired by Councilman Mosley. One supplemental paper, Bill 2682.
Resolution authorizing the condemnation of certain real property located at 7130 Frankstown Avenue, together with the 100-unit apartment building located thereon, collectively Homewood House, and the negotiation and execution of any documents or agreements necessary with the Housing Authority of the City of Pittsburgh for the coordination, funding, operation, and management of Homewood House in order to preserve affordable housing and ensure that low-income and extremely low-income residents are not displaced.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Affirmative recommendation. New papers, Bill 2647.
Resolution authorizing the mayor and the director of the Office of Management and Budget on behalf of the City of Pittsburgh to enter into a cooperation agreement with Allegheny County Economic Development on behalf of Allegheny County, the Urban Redevelopment Authority, and the Housing Authority of the City of Pittsburgh to collaboratively manage affordable housing services related to the Home ARP program at no cost to the city.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Affirmative recommendation. Bill 2648.
Resolution authorizing the Pittsburgh Land Bank to acquire all the city's right, title, and interest, if any, in and into the publicly owned property in the 12th Ward, City of Pittsburgh, designated in the Deed Registry Office of Allegheny County as Block 124P, Lot 60A, 0 Rapidan Way, Council District 9, at no cost to the city.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Affirmative recommendation. Bill 2649.
Resolution authorizing the Pittsburgh Land Bank to acquire all the city's right, title, and interest, if any, in and to the publicly owned property in the 13th Ward, City of Pittsburgh, designated in the deed registry office of Allegheny County as Block 174K, Lot 362, 718 Sterrett Street, Council District Number 9, at no cost to the city.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Affirmative recommendation. Bill 2650.
Resolution authorizing the Pittsburgh Land Bank to acquire all the city's right, title, and interest, if any, in and to the publicly owned property in the 5th Ward, City of Pittsburgh, designated in the deed registry office of Allegheny County as Block 27B, Lot 285, 758 Cherokee Street, Council District 6, no cost to the city.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Affirmative recommendation. Bill 2651.
Resolution authorizing the Pittsburgh Land Bank to acquire all the city's right, title, and interest, if any, in and to the publicly owned properties in the 24th Ward of the City of Pittsburgh, designated in the deed registry office of Allegheny County as Block 48N, Lot 14, Block 47S, Lot 305, 1806 Lay Street, and 1620 Hatteras Street, Council District 1, at no cost to the city.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Affirmative recommendation. And lastly, Bill 2652.
Resolution authorizing the Pittsburgh Land Bank to acquire all the city's right, title, and interest, if any, in and to the publicly owned properties in the 12th Ward, City of Pittsburgh, designated in the deed registry office of Allegheny County as Block 125H, Lot 79, 81, 83, 85, 87, and 89, 0 Garrett Street, and Block 125H, Lots 130, 131, 134, 136, and 138, 0 North Merton Street, Council District 9, no cost to the city.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Affirmative recommendation. That exhausts our agenda. We do have meeting announcements. This Wednesday, December 24th, City Council and City Clerk's Office will close at 12:30 and will be closed through Thursday, December 25th in observance of Christmas holiday. Next week, Council will hold our regular meeting on Monday, December 29th at 10 a.m. There will be no standing committee meeting next week. To register to speak at these meetings, please fill up the sign-up form on the council meeting webpage by the deadline. You may also call the clerk's office at 412-255-2138.
Moment of silence.
Yes, and if we may please have a brief moment of silence for Mr. Wade Jones, who was the father of Director Jones, David Jones, who recently passed. Thank you all. With that, happy holidays, everyone. Enjoy your families. Need a motion to approve the minutes and adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned.
Merry Christmas, everyone.